Hey everyone, it's Alex. So I've got the charger up. The level 2 charger is pretty simple. So I'm just going to go through real quick of how I did it. First, I had some extra board around. I just built me a wall. I put these horizontal boards up here so I can use later for some hooks or racks or anything really. I also put some boards back here so I can mount to, since I don't have a full wall. Now the cable back here, I believe is a 6 gauge. I'm not 100% sure. I do have an 8 gauge regular 220 stove wire running to another shed. This cable was a little bit bigger, and I do know that they make them all almost identical. So this was pretty easy though. It's on a breaker, 50 amp breaker. This is a 40 amp charger. So if you need a level 2 charger for yours, if you get a 48 amp, you need a 60 amp breaker. If you have a 40 amp, you do a 50 amp. Or, sorry, yeah, 40 amp charger with a 50 amp breaker. I've done some research, and even in the instructions with this charger, they say to do that. It's about 80%. So whatever amperage you use off the breaker, it can't be more than 80%. So 50 and 40 will work here. Ran the cable, turned off the breaker, plugged into this this EV plug, and now it is specifically for EV chargers. You can get them anywhere. Amazon, I got mine at Home Depot because it was cheaper than Amazon, which is surprising, but it has a little green car with a plug. This is the one I used that I got at Home Depot. Some of them do have different icons. They are all green, but that's what you need to get. It has better contact for all the prongs, so it can charge properly to the car, and it's not gonna short out or trip the breaker or anything. That's what I've heard, and I don't know all the details of why that is. I just know from the research I've done is it has better contact on the prongs for the plug versus a regular stove plug or a regular 220 plug that you can get anywhere else. So I just put that in there. Now this box is a 2-gang box. If you don't know much electricians, the 1 gang is basically just a single outlet, single light switch, whatever. 2-gang is 2 outlets, 2 light switches, 3, 4, and so on. You have to use a 2 because this plug is so large. You either use a 2-gang plastic box or a 4-inch by 4-inch metal box. I like the plastic because it's a little bit easier to work with. And the metal, you've got to be a little bit more careful. You got to put Romex connectors and stuff like that to keep the cord cleaner, and I guess just away from the walls is more. But this plastic box is also deeper. The 4-inch box that I was seeing, I did not have as much room, and I don't have to be as careful with this one because I've got it not touching any of the walls for sure. But for me, I just don't like I don't like working with the metal ones. I've done it before. They're a little bit more time consuming, but they are really, really durable. But for what I need, I mean, this is standard residential household stuff. This is what these blue boxes are, what you're going to see in all the homes. So all I did was wire that up. I've actually put a little board behind it because this box was kind of pushing back against the wall. I don't know if you could see it. Yeah, right here. I put that back there so if this is ever messed with, I can't push it back against it because it was bending a little bit and flexing, and I don't want that. So I put that back there, plugged this in, mounted this. It's very simple. It's got instructions with it, but it just comes with a back plate. You drop it down, lock it in on the sides to keep it from picking up. And then it came with a little cord holder and something to wrap the cord around, and that was it. It's very, very simple. Like I said, these were recycled lumber from here. They had it over in a metal building. I just grabbed some, ripped it down. They were 2x10s, ripped it down in half. We're good to go. I don't have to have this completely structural because the wall behind it and these boards here, they're the actual structure of the building. So it's if you guys don't know, you do pole barns, barn dominium, stuff like that. You build the entire shell outside. That's structural. You can do whatever you want inside. So that's what I did, and I basically put all of this where I wanted it, and that's it. So a little bit about the EV charger. This is an EVIQ-O, got it from Amazon. It had some really good ratings. It had good ratings on other websites as well. I've seen this brand. It has an app with it. You could tweak all kinds of options and stuff. This can connect to your Wi-Fi, which you would have to use for your app, but it doesn't need it as far as I know. I tested, I had to turn the breaker off in the main house, which turned off the router. It was still on and working, no problem. But if you need a level 2, I don't have a lot of experience with these. This is my first one, but so far this is good, and I like it because it's very small and compact. I don't like the big boxes, anything. They're getting better and better with those, but I've got a 40 amp. I think that is plenty. The 48 amp might charge a little bit faster.
What I'm about to say is the way I see that the differences between the 40 and the 48 amp work. I'm not 100% sure, and if it is wrong, please comment, because I want to learn more about this stuff anyway, so I don't give the wrong information. If I do give the wrong information, I will make another video about it and to just clarify everything. So yeah, don't take it to heart, but please let me know if it is wrong.
But for what we need it for, I mean, it might cut it down an hour instead of like I think I charged it 40% yesterday. It took about 5 hours, so it would take 4, but it was overnight, so that's not big of a deal for me. It's no issue. The 40 amp is a little bit cheaper, and from this brand, they only sell the 48 amp hardwire. So you could not do this plug. You would have to wire this cord with this cord in the back together and put it in a box. It's a little bit more complicated. If you're not really comfortable with that, which I would have to do tons of research, but probably hire someone for that to put this in. I'm not 100% comfortable with it. But with a 40 amp, you don't have to worry about that. You can get the plug. That is a lot safer and a lot simpler in my mind. Turn the breaker off, work with your wire, put the plug in, and turn the breaker back on, and you're good. And then you just plug it in like a stove or a dryer. That's it. So I recommend doing a 40. If you need a little bit more juice, go with the 48. Some other brands might have a 48 amp plug-in. I'm not 100% sure. Like I said, this stuff right here is brand new to me. But yeah, that's what I've done. Like I said, I'm going to insulate this eventually back here because it reeks of cat urine. There was so many cats back here. I have spray foamed a little bit down there from extra cans that I had, just trying to fill in these massive voids where they clawed the insulation completely off, especially this one right here. But that's all I've got, and I'm going to try to find what the next project is. I do have a garden out there that I'm needing to clear out. There's a lot of briars and a lot of trees growing in it that I'm going to need to clear out. I'm not sure what I'm going to use it for yet, but I need it clear so I can get a good idea of how it looks and the condition of the fencing, which is, it does have fence around it. I need to see that too. And honestly, to see if there's anything in there I need to kill or get rid of or clean up, because it is very overgrown. So stay tuned for the next one, and I will see you in the next video.